What's going on? What's up? What is happening? Friends and family and friends, welcome. Welcome to the latest episode of Grover Takeover. I'm so glad to have you back here with me. I am MT Aunt Grover. You know I am the Grover. Before I get started, please remember that I need for you to like, for you to comment, for you to share, for you to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Reach down and click that notification bell so you can be notified of all available content. Let me go ahead and jump right into this week's episode. As usual, I have a lot to cover and talk about. And let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Just like all these other weeks, I must start on the somber note. So former Miss USA 2019, Chesley Christ, she was found dead Sunday morning outside of her Manhattan apartment building from an apparent suicide. Now, she woke up and decided to end it all by jumping out of the window of her building. Now, Christ, yes, she was a former Miss USA. She competed in the Miss Universe pageant that year. She did place in the top 10. She did well. She was an attorney. She was a lawyer. She was a commentator for the TV show Extra and also a reporter. The work that she did as an attorney, she actually worked for free, getting wrongly accused people, getting their sentences reduced or getting, helping to get them released from jail and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful woman. The year 2019 to 2020 was a historic year for the pageant industry, the Trump organization, because that year, all four of the top titles were held by African-American women. And that would be Miss Teen USA, Miss Universe, and Miss America. So, yeah, it's tragic. It's tragic. People are talking with everyone that's spoken on this and talked about this has said the same thing, that she was a strong woman, that she had so much going for her. And it's like we say all the time, check in on your friends. You got to check in on your strong friends, too, because, you don't ever know what people are going through. I have struggled with depression since I was a teenager. A lot of people will say things like, oh, what do you have to be depressed about, and this, that, and the other. It has nothing to do a lot of times with situations. Nothing has to necessarily happen. It is a literal chemical imbalance in the brain that causes this. And, of course, as a teenager, you're already having hormones and things like that. So I struggled. It was rough. And once I got old enough, I took my own self and went to therapy. And I had a great handle on it for years and years, until my mom passed away 12 years ago, and I spiraled into a whole depression. I had a nervous breakdown. It was a whole situation. So even somebody like me who sits around and laughs all the time, you just don't know what people are going through. So check in on people. And, someone made I can't remember who said it in one of the clips I was watching, but someone actually said, you have to be very, very direct in what you're asking as well. Like if you think something's going on with someone, you have to ask them, are you having suicidal thoughts? Just put it out there, and so that people can, feel comfortable enough rather than figuring it out, because people blame themselves when people commit suicide. This is tragic, and this is really, really, really horrible. Once again, I cannot believe that I have inadvertently created a segment of my show called The Somber Note, because someone is always dead. But I'm about to skirt along from that, because from death we go to life. I like being able to go from death to life, and I can always count on Nick Cannon to get somebody knocked up, because Nick Cannon has announced that he is expecting his 8th baby. This is also going to be a boy. Now, this is not even 2 months after the death of his youngest son, Zen. Now, the new baby mother, of course, she has a name. Of course, she's immaculately beautiful. Nobody cares about that. Like at this point, you lose track anyway. You don't know what child belongs to who, with the exception of Mariah Carey, because Mariah Carey is his only really famous baby mama. She was his wife. But then everybody knows her. So, but the other ones' names, like you remember their names, but who remembers what child belongs to who? It's too many of them. They have known about this and were going to announce it before, but then the youngest baby died. And so they wanted to be respectful before, and making the announcement, because the announcement had to be made that the youngest baby had, succumbed to, he had brain cancer and he did not survive. And they didn't expect him to pass away, but the little baby did not make it. He was 5 months old, and now Nick is going to have another one. Like, a lot of people are saying that, that Nick Cannon is irresponsible because he keeps having all these children. No. Nick Cannon is worth $30 million. So Nick Cannon can afford to have as many children as he wants. Junebug, however, who happens to pop out of prison every year or two and knock somebody up and goes back and has 8-9 children and no job, that's irresponsible. If this man wants a whole bunch of children and these women are willing to give them to him, then more power to him. It's not like he can't take care of them. He can not only afford to take care of them financially, he makes sure that he is there for them and he takes care of his kids with love and emotionally and everything else that children need. So, yeah, they hate on Nick, but leave Nick alone. Like, you can't stop him. What you gonna do? You gonna go to the room and put his penis back in? I don't know, in his pants? Now, that's not for you to do. So leave him be. He can have as many kids as he wants. Congratulations, baby number 8. Come on, how long? I can't wait till I'm up here telling you about baby number 12. It's just like, Nick. Watch me skirt right along to the next thing that I'm going to talk about, because I'm probably going to spend quite a bit of time on this, because the Janet Jackson docuseries, it premiered this weekend on Lifetime. It was a 2-night event, rave reviews. It really was captivating. That's the only word I can think of. I didn't watch it in the 2 nights. I let it have its 2-night run, and then I sat down and was like, well, let me try to watch this docu-series and see what's up with it. And I sat today, actually, and I watched the entire thing. I watched the whole 2 nights worth of docu-series at one time because I was glued to the TV. This lady had the nerve to bring herself on TV and had me crying in the first 2 minutes that the thing came on. What is going on? I was like, how dare you come here and disrupt my life that way? Just ruined me right at the very beginning. But either way, it was so insightful. Like, even if you are not a Janet Jackson fan, which I don't know very many people that don't like Janet Jackson, but even if you weren't, like, it was so interesting to hear all those things about her. Like, she let us in. The camera crew followed her around for 5 years building this docuseries. So it started in 2017. So there was footage and clips from 2017 all the way up until now, 2022, as well as lots and lots of video footage and clips from years past, because her ex-husband Renee used to follow her around with a camera and record almost all of her life on a day-to-day basis, and it was just for them. She decided to take the footage and use it for this docuseries. She talked about everything. She talked about all of the marriages. She talked about the relationship with Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was even in the docuseries. He was on there. He got on there and talked and discussed the relationship. They asked him why the relationship ended. Here we go to find out now, all these years later, he cheated on Janet Jackson. What are you talking? You mean to tell me yo Jiminy Cricket looking? Come on now. This is my thing. Look, hey. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Jermaine Dupri cheated on Janet Jackson. The way I see it, if these women are getting cheated on, the rest of y'all normal, regular women, especially walking around here with bonnets on your head and stuff, you don't stand a chance. So yeah, lock your men up. Just keep them at home. Don't ever let them go anywhere but to work. And then if they go to work, just work at the job with them so you can just see them all day long and see what they're doing. Because Jermaine Dupri cheated on Janet Jackson, and that's why she broke up with him. She talked about so much more than that. Of course, Catherine, the mother, she talked about the death of the father, talked about Michael's death. They talked about the allegations against Michael. Like, she talked about everything. She and the other siblings, her Rebe, her oldest sister, her brother Randy, who she's very close with and who actually works with her, and also Tito. and Catherine, they were all a part of the docuseries, very, very involved, you know, especially Randy. Randy was more, because in fact, Randy helped to produce the docuseries. They talked about the secret baby back in the 80s, and, you know, she put that to rest. Like, why would she hide a baby? Like, when she had one at 50, which they talked about Issa as well, her son, who's 5 years old. You know, Jen is 55 years old, and she has a 5-year-old. But it was awesome. It was awesome. I have not seen some riveting TV like that in a long time. Like, as far as a docuseries, to sit there for all those hours, and I couldn't even take my eyes off the TV. I had other stuff I wanted to be doing, but I just couldn't move. I just sat there until it went off and watched the whole entire thing. But yeah, she said it was time that it was done, and we're glad you did it. And she made the point that she wanted to be the one to talk about her life, not someone else. So, with all of that said, I do hope that you have enjoyed this week's edition of Grover Takeover. Before I go, remember that I need for you to like, share, comment, subscribe to all that good stuff. Come back and see me again. Make sure you watch me. Sharing is caring, people. If you like watching me, share so that more people can be exposed to this and the platform can continue to grow, because I know you enjoy watching me or you wouldn't keep coming back. Either way, I can't wait to see you guys next time. Remember that I want for you to have a good day, a good night, and a good life. Tune in for next week, because I'm going to be right back here for you, giving you more of everything that you want to talk about. Don't forget that I will need for you to leave comments to let me know the things you'd like to talk about. I don't mind talking about the things you want to talk about too. If not, I just keep picking and we move on with our lives. But you guys have a great week. I love you. You know I love you. I'll see you next time on Grover Takeover. It's right here.